Hello and welcome to the very first of our business profile focused podcast. It's quite a mouthful. So today is all about the subject of branding, and one of the companies that we featured in our February edition was Pink Frog. Pink Frog focuses on branding for small businesses and startups. So that's her focus. I say her, that's Lisa. So I wanted to go with the idea of rebranding. I've wanted to do this for a while because really I only had a logo and a colour scheme. It wasn't on the top of my priority list for opening a business or getting the startup off the ground. My main concern was content. And that, I think, is true to say for a lot of people who are very sort of time restricted and haven't really had much time to invest into branding. I'm using the word time and not money because I think it's a combination between the two. In my case, I sort of put it on the back burner and forge forward with design, but in so far as content was concerned. So I had my logo, and that's what I got off the internet. It wasn't really very strong, and I think it let me down. So upon our third edition, I thought, let's make some change. So I found Pink Frog particularly fascinating, because they have 20 years of design experience, 20 years of industry experience. The portfolio that Lisa has is quite extensive. It ranges across the board, and I think that's something you pick up as soon as you visit pinkfrog.co.uk. So, like many of us, we think about the short term to the medium term, but I'm sort of thinking about the sort of medium to long term. So I wanted to invest my time into developing an image, a brand that would sustain the magazine going forward into the sort of medium to long term. I had a quick chat with Lisa. I found that she was someone who was very knowledgeable about my company, about what I wanted to do, and I think that the type of questions she asked me was more to do with the brand and where I envisaged this brand going, rather than just a logo, which was quite refreshing because you expect it to be all about a logo, and it's far from it. I think with so many different social media landscapes, like your favicons for your website address, your images for banners for LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, I think there's a degree of resizing, and for example, you might have a transparent image that's resizable, or you have a non-transparent image. It's an absolute minefield, and I think it's quite refreshing to talk to a designer who takes that all away from you, gives you the different images and different sizes, all ready to go. You don't have to worry about a thing. So you have this professional briefcase, really, where you just open it and you've got something for everything. But it's far more than just the logos and the banners. It's more to do with these wonderful colour options that you get. One thing about Lisa is that she gives you that sort of feeling of modern, of using modern sort of fashionable and trendy colours. In my case, I did like green, but I was susceptible to a modern sort of mix between the whites and the greens. So she came up with the turquoise idea, which I love. So I think for anyone who is thinking about embracing change and staying ahead of the competition, and not just that, but the feeling that you're working on a brand rather than just the logo, I think it's well worth a chat with Lisa. You can visit her website, Pink Frog, and her website is pink-frog.co.uk. There's a if you go to our website and you type that up, it'll come up with an article. On the bottom of that article, you can read about what she does and how she does it, but more so there are contact buttons on the actual article itself. Well, that's all we have time for, and I hope you did enjoy the very first of our podcasts. We hope to be doing podcasts about all the businesses that we have featured over the course of the next few months, in the run-up certainly to the next edition, which we've begun working on now. Thank you for joining me today, and till next time, bye for now.